Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode 332. We're reviewing episode number 1090. Yes, 1090. Yes, called New Island, Future Island. A new island, Future Island, Egghead. So, this episode adapts from the rest of chapter 1061. Now, I should point out though, they do kind of go to Egghead Island, but we don't see it technically. We'll get to it. From the look of the preview for next episode, we're finally gonna go onto the island itself. We're on the edge of the island. We're gonna go into the island. So, yeah. So it looks like we're doing the rest of a chapter this one, but who knows how it's gonna be next week. So we start out with we still have Luffy, Bonnie, and Chopper basically flying through the air, and I thought it was Megalodon. Nope, it's a Mecha Shark who chases after the Straw Hats, and of course Jinbei notices they basically fell in the ocean, so he jumps in after he tells Frankie to take the helm. Frankie, of course, activates something that I did not know that they had this. This was completely original. A rabbit screw, basically a booster for the ship, and of course what's going on, and then of course Usopp sees torpedoes. Yes, torpedoes, which causes the ship to flip over, fall in the ocean, and they're about to look like a gobbled up by the shark, and then they're spooked away by a giant robot. Yep, a giant robot, and Gyro picks him up, and then we drop the portal where the pilot comes out. And this is Vegapunk 2, Lilith, making her anime debut. And great job basically keeping the tone waves in the manga. Great job. I like all the special effect of the steam coming out, which is similar to how it is with the General Frankie stuff, which I thought was really cool here. But that's what the Straw Hats are up to. Meanwhile, though, Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, and Bonnie, so of course they were chased by the shark too, but Jinbei had to get away, and of course they end up on the edge of an island where Chopper, Luffy, and Bonnie all take off their shirts. Yeah, and they all squeeze them out. And by the way, Luffy is seeing Bonnie topless, and he does not react to see her topless at all. He doesn't see her chest per se. Well, not really. He sees a side boob, but not fully. So they're squeezing out their outfits, and of course Bonnie obviously tells she tells me you don't know who I am. I'm one of the same generation, one of the worst generation as you. She's like, oh yeah, I was there at Sab Odie, and of course the reason why Luffy doesn't know who she is because Luffy has never met her before. She has met Zoro. That's the only member of the crew she has met. So, the whole thing with Supernovas is it was 11 pirates who had a bounty over 100,000 berries. Now, of course, it's much higher now. And Luffy's is bigger than Bonnie. Bonnie says 368 million berries. Luffy's is 3 billion berries. And of course, Bonnie does ask Luffy, what is up your Wonder poster? It's oh yeah, it's going to be free. And she goes, oh yeah, this is not a normal island because they're all hungry, of course, hungry for food. This is not a normal island. This is a government island known as Egghead. And that's it for them through the episode. Great. We're at the entrance to the island. Well, a tunnel anyways, but yeah, we're at the entrance to the island itself. So, we're kind of at the island, but we're not seeing the stuff that we see at the beginning portion of this arc, which is going to be really interesting. But the thing where the way this arc is going to work is kind of weird. We're going to spend a lot of time away from the island itself. It's going to be a certain point they're probably going to adapt to, and then they're going to stop, do a bunch of flashbacks. It's also a flashback that ran for about 10, 12 chapters. There's a flashback. There's actually 2 flashbacks in this arc. It's a bit lengthy. This arc has gone on for almost a year now. On Keisha Curious, though, 1061 is only the 4th chapter of this arc. Really? Yes, really, it's only chapter 4. And we're only 5 episodes into this arc so far. And if you're really curious, what is the most recent chapter released? Why, it's 1103. So, since they got to chapter 1061, they have exactly 42 chapters that be adapted. Yep. So, one of two things might happen. Either they're going to split the chapter in half, or they might adapt the whole thing. It's possible. I have no idea. Yeah, but it all depends upon what Toei wants to do with this one. But it's a damn good episode. Loved it. Oh, almost forgot. There's one more thing here. We see the anime debut of G14, one of the military bases, and we see the kids. First time we've seen them since Dressrosa. Yeah. Which these kids, these giant kids, are originally from Punk Hazard. And we also see the return of Tashigi. Yes, making a proper appearance. Aside from a cameo in Reverie, she's not made a proper appearance in the anime in, oh my gosh, like about 8 years. Oh my gosh. Like, not since Dressrosa this woman's appeared. Her appearance in Reverie was nothing more than a cameo. But we see many anime debuts in this one episode alone. We see the commander of G14, Doll, this beautiful woman with tattoos, and she's got a spike collar. From look of her, she's presumed like in her mid-30s, but she's a great, beautiful looking woman. We also see various members of Sword. Yeah, this is a more full appearance of Sword anyways. You could say this is more like the rest of the members of Sword, who make their proper debut in this one episode alone. We have, in this episode, Rear Admiral Prince Gurus, a very young Rear Admiral. Yes, young, really young Rear Admiral. I say that because normally the Admirals picked in this series are usually more older guys, but they're not the only ones making a debut in just this episode alone. We also have Kakaju. Those familiar with this girl, she is the granddaughter of Vice Admiral Tatsuru, the National Treasure. Well, yeah, great staff officer, Toru. Yeah, very powerful Marine Admiral, and yeah, very powerful too. I think she's also the oldest active commander in the whole entire fleet. Well, Loth, obviously, G14. Oh yeah, Egghead, this is kind of in a way its debut, but I wouldn't say it's a full-blown debut per se. Not really. We also see the debut of 3 golems. Golem 1, Golem 2, Golem 3. Himeppo, and of course, Commander Hibari. Yep, this is her anime debut. She's this kind of cute girl who's basically got like a love thing on her little strap she's wearing, headphones, and very makeshift pants. Yeah, this is her first official appearance in the series itself. But I do find it interesting, though, we have these 3 characters we debut this episode. Himeppo basically is here because he's crying the fact that Kobe's missing. Yep. But love the episode. Oh, and there's also a "Tell me, Robin, I want to learn more, you fool." Yeah, the second episode will feature this because the first episode featured where it focused on Sabo. This time focused on Juribani, where most people talk about her, a little bit her debut back during, I think it was during, I think it was Sabaody, I think it was her debut. Let's see, I think this was Sabaody, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, basically her debut in Sabaody. A little bit post-time skip where she's recapped by Blackbeard. And a little bit will happen to Reverie, and then we get bits and pieces of her here. But the thing is, she's a primary character for this particular arc. She gets a lot of development. You could say it's similar to happen with Trafalgar Law, with Dressrosa. We get a lot of development for him in this arc. Here, it's Joey Bonnie's turn, which I think is quite interesting. Yep. Yeah. And also, like, anybody watching the episode, yeah, we actually see her topless for an episode. Yeah, she takes off her white shirts wearing the whole of the series because of, well, because the fact it got wet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like the way she acts around Luffy, it's like, yeah, she has no problem with the fact showing her chest to Luffy. Yeah, no problem with that at all. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all to say about this particular episode. Well, there will be a new episode next week. Definitely guarantee that. Okay, so that's episode of you. Next episode's going to be Goblin Slayer. Okay, next view. Bye.